Welcome back to my next video. Today we're meeting Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Bob.
And Cheryl was in this beautiful Chevy van with an amazing high top, and we're just going to get to know her a little bit and take the tour. So, Cheryl, welcome to Cheap RV Living.
Thank you.
And are you just new out on the road or starting?
I am just new. Yeah, I've done weekend trips and so forth, and I started out a couple years ago in my Toyota Venza and then decided I needed a little bit more headspace. Started looking for a minivan, and this found me.
So are you full-time now or still taking trips?
I'm still just doing trips. I'll be out maybe 3 to 4 months this trip.
Well, that's a great way to start. Just dip your toe in, but 3 months is more than a dip. That's a full leap.
I really didn't know how it was going to work. I thought I was going to be ready to go home, and it's like, no, I'm not ready to go home. So I'm here for a whole month.
So you came with the idea, if I have to go home early, I'll go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good way to do it. I kind of think of it as baby steps, just kind of easing your way in it. Mm-hmm. And I think most people find, like what you did, you start to really kind of like it.
It's amazing how it's just relaxing. All the things I did to just get by every day, you know, you're bored because you're sitting at home, and what do? Here, I know I don't watch videos, I don't play around on Facebook. I just sit and look at nature.
Right.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
Right, yeah. It seems to me that stress and anxiety, which just comes with our everyday lives, even when you're retired, you still have some. Yeah. And they're boredom, and it just kind of all goes away.
It does. And
life gets better and better. And I like to warn people that it can be really addictive being out here. Really have it for me.
I'm seeing that. Yeah.
So it's kind of turning that way to you. Well, so you must be retired now then?
I am sort of retired. I thought I was going to stay home, so I started a quilt shop, and now I'm kind of second guessing that. So if I can find some way to foist my quilt shop off on somebody else, then I'll be fully retired. But it's closed for a few months until I get home, at least.
Right. and so this trip will decide if you'll go full time or if you'll just take trips.
Right.
And that's a great way to get the best of both worlds. That's a great way to live.
Yeah. And I still have a house to go home to.
Right.
And I think even if I do decide to go out on the road full time, I will probably rent the house out, mm-hmm. because down the road eventually I'm going to probably be, I might not want to do this anymore, and then I'll still have a house to go home for, and somebody else can pay my mortgage in the meantime.
Right. Passive income.
Yeah.
Why not have some passive income?
So I feel very fortunate in that respect. I'm not being forced out here. I'm able to do it on my own time schedule and whatever, as long as I don't go crazy.
Well, so what led you to come out, to think, oh, that looks like fun?
Probably you.
Oh, no, I keep getting that.
Between you and Travel Grandma. One of the other Facebook
mm-hmm.
YouTubers. But it's like, yeah. And all the other people out there, there's so many people out there that are just, we can do this. And just the idea of a simpler way of life.
Right.
Not letting your things control how you live your life.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your van. You bought the van specifically to do this.
Yes.
Just the overview of the van.
It is a 2008 Chevy Express. It was a 12-passenger van when I got it. I took all the seats out.
Okay, so would you mind if we went and take a look around?
Absolutely.
Let's do that, folks. So I'm kind of just going to turn it over to you, and you can give us the grand tour.
Okay. Well, when I got the van, it didn't have a high top, and I got the high top on here just 2 weeks ago, so I'm really not even used to being able to stand up in here. But
it takes a surprisingly long time.
It does.
To just walk in and stand up.
Right. I get in and I sit down and I'm on my hands and knees and I realize, I can stand up in
yeah.
here. But I built this kitchen cabinet out of just some nightstands, mm-hmm. just little drawers. And
so this was two separate drawers?
It was two separate nightstands.
Uh-huh.
And then this is just an old kitchen cabinet that came out of a remodel. It was in the garage. I just cut it down to fit on here. And cut the hole in there, and this is just a salad bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
And the USB water pump down here, you can't really see it, but there's a 3-gallon Walmart water jug. And then this has got a sink trap in it, you can see here. And that just goes in a garden hose down to an old gas can down there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my gray water. So, and this is my cutting board here. Just holds everything in place while I'm driving, but I've got a cutting board if I need it. I've got these child locks that are just magnetic. So when you're going down the road, the drawers don't come out. And it just takes a little magnet to get them to...
Oh, what a clever idea. I've never seen that before.
You can, when you're in camp, you just put it down so the drawers open by themselves.
No, that's a very clever idea.
On these bumpy roads out here, though, they do have a tendency to bump open.
Right.
This rug was braided by my grandma back in the 70s, and it's been in my house ever since I was a teenager, so it came...
You can stand up?
Oh, I can stand up. Thanks for the reminder.
Still hard. Well, I see you got a swivel.
I did.
You must have put that in.
I did. Well, I had help. I was going to do it myself, trying to be independent and everything, and I found out I could not lift the old base out to put the swivel onto it. So, yeah, I had help. And
But that really, the chair, having that swivel chair, really opens up the van.
it really does.
Gives you a very comfortable place to sit.
Yeah. And I've taken my sewing machine with me with just this little table out here. I set that little table right here, and I can sit and sew if it's raining or whatever outside. Or I can just sit back and read.
Yeah. Got your recliner there.
Yeah, it works good.
That is one of the very best things you could do is get a swivel seat.
Oh, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Because you can't sit on the bed all the time.
It gets old.
Especially, I specifically put the bed at that height so I could sit on it, but there's no back.
Right.
So you can't really relax.
And so that was a commercial swivel that you bought.
It was.
And had someone help you install.
Uh-huh.
So let's take a look at the bed.
Okay. The bed is just angle iron, and it's bolted on both sides, and it's got, rather than go out and buy a piece of heavy duty plywood, I had a bunch of this particle board, so I just got 2 layers of particle board there out of scraps that were at the house, and it's smaller pieces, but the seams don't match up, so it works. It serves the purpose. And then in the center, it sagged a little bit in the center, so I just put a jack stand in the center.
Why not?
Just one of those metal jack stands with a 2x4 over it that goes across, so it supports it really well.
And someday you may need that jack stand.
You never know.
You never know.
When I had this flat tire, I thought maybe I might.
Yeah, sure. That's perfect time.
Yeah. I got that view out the window there of the mountains. And
I love these passenger vans because they're so open.
I love the windows.
Yeah.
I'm really claustrophobic.
Oh.
So the idea of being in a cargo van with no windows, and even having the reflectix on all the windows, kind of creeps me out at night. So I'm constantly peeking out. So I've got this this white stuff. It's just static cling.
Uh-huh.
It's a heavy duty vinyl static cling. And I put this on about a month ago just to test it to see if it would stay up. And it's stayed up real good, except for here where I ride with the window open. So the wind does it, but messes it up. But having it at that height, I mean, somebody would have to stand out there and jump to look in the windows.
Right.
And even from a distance, anything that goes on down here, they're not going to see. So
Right.
I can get by without having curtains everywhere.
Right. And you got tons and tons of storage underneath
I got
underneath
tons of
the bed.
storage under there. I've got a IceGo 20 refrigerator
Perfect.
that I use here, and it just slides out. Eventually, I want to build a little drawer for it
Right.
that can lock into place.
Slides,
Because
yeah.
if I slam on my brakes, it does come forward.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that's not good. Lord help me if I ever get in an accident. I did pay a little extra on the top
Uh-huh.
here and had 1x4s put in
Right.
so I can put cabinets up here.
Oh, yeah. You could get cabinets up there really easily.
Real easy. And I had it gel coated
Right. It's beautiful.
because I don't think I'm ever going to insulate it. I do want to put a ceiling fan in because it gets kind of hot in here.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to go to the trouble of insulating it. They come just like the red fiberglass with the loose fiberglass fibers,
Uh-huh.
so they're real sticky, and I just wanted it nice.
Yeah.
So I did pay extra for that. It was really nice, though, because I can take my little solar light and just toss it up there, and I get all that reflection.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
ambient light.
Do you have solar?
I do have solar. I have a battery that's tied into the car battery.
It charges while you drive.
That charges while I drive. And originally that was all I was going to do because I was just going to do weekend trips and,
Right.
just a refrigerator and a couple little things. I didn't figure I'd ever need solar. But with this trip, I decided I needed something special. So I went to Harbor Freight and got their plug and play 100-watt solar panel system. Came with the 4 panels, 100-watt total, so it's 25 watts each. And the cord that comes to the controller and 2 lights like this for I think it was $189.
It's a really cheap kit, but I've known people have been using them for years.
Yeah.
They really hold up.
And I decided to go with these, there were other ones out there that this is great. It's, higher wattage and this, that, but these charge in the more cloudy conditions.
They do.
Which the newer ones don't really. And I'm from Washington State, so
yeah,
we get a fair amount of cloud. When I had the top put on, I had them cut the top behind the driver's seat, so I have all that storage up there, and those solar panels fit flat in there.
Oh.
I put 2 down, and then I put a blanket. Well, I put a blanket down, put 2 down, fold the blanket over, put the other 2 down, and then put another blanket over it. Eventually, I'll build little slots for them, but they fit flat up there.
So, who did your high top?
Fiberine.
Fiberine.
Wilmington, California, Long Beach.
Yeah.
Highly recommend them.
Yeah.
Those guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of going with a cheap route, and I regretted it every second.
And I watched your video on that.
Yeah.
And the money I used for this, I took out of my bank account in Canada. And so I was going to go with a company up in Vancouver. And after reading all the reviews and everything, it's like, I'm just going to take the hit on the exchange and go to Fiberine.
Yeah. I don't know anyone that regrets it.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone does when they pay.
Of course.
I mean, it's a lot of money, but once for the rest of your life, you're grateful every day.
Right. And I really feel like, the top and the van, what I paid for the top and what I paid for the van, I'm pretty sure I could get it out of it if I try to sell it.
Oh yeah, I would think so.
It's everybody says you're going to put a top on a 2008 vehicle. I'm kind of like, yeah, because I think the vehicle was 8, the top was 5 with all the taxes and the extras. I'm pretty sure I could sell this for $13,000.
I think you could.
Yeah.
And I always have to ask, how are you going to the bathroom?
Okay.
I know the answer, but I have to ask.
At night, I have one of these, and I just set it up so I got something easy to sit on. I'm sure everybody's seen one of these.
Oh, that is kind of unique. I've not seen that.
It's nice. It's really stable, and you can set it up real low if if I don't have all my curtains on, I can just set it down real low and hide. Or if I want to be more comfortable, I can set it up taller.
And that handles your weight.
Yeah. It's supposed to hold 300 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, that is completely new to me. I've never seen that
Oh,
before.
it's amazing.
And it goes away.
And it goes away. And this type of container here, they
Yes.
come with nuts and so forth, nice wide mouth. If I just got to pee during the day or this one it's not set up, that works great for that.
Yeah.
So I have a number of those around. And,
Yeah. How about showering or just staying clean?
Okay, I've got a couple of these little, they're like hospital wash basins. And, okay, I took a shower today, right? Took one of these gallon jugs of water, set it out in the sun this morning before I went to the desert cleanup.
Right.
And by the time I came back, that water was almost too hot.
Wow.
And I just pin a sheet across these 2 doors and stand right there.
And there's a shower.
I put the bucket there and I reach over it and do my hair first. And then I stand and I wash and then I pour water over me and it's just...
Well, you made for very easy. This is basically a home built minimum build for minimum amount of money. You probably will have a few $100s invested in the whole interior, on the build itself, such as it is.
Most of it was scavenged.
Yeah.
Other than the drawers and the water,
So it sounds like you've just got it all figured out, and your shakedown trip is shaking out really good.
It is. It is. I've been having so much fun.
Yeah. And here you are in a community. And
Yes.
and that's a really important part of this whole thing is finding friends.
I am just absolutely amazed at
Right.
people I've met here, the recipients of the BYOV and the volunteers, and everybody is just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just that for some reason the nicest people are out here doing this, and I don't know why. But I really have that. Would you say that's a fair statement?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. What do you do with your trash?
Right.
It's just laying in a bag on the floor, or you've got a big bucket taking up space. And I just drilled the 4 little holes in here and put pegboard things there, and
Oh.
used bags you get at the grocery store.
Yeah. Nice. One of the things you did was set up a real nice outside camp. So you're camping kind of, when you're in one place, you're camping outside of the rig and enjoying it.
Right. This is really nice. I camped in it in the rain one time, and it was windy, and I took those poles down and just set it down on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still high enough to open up these doors, and that little window is just right in front of you. So I could set my chair here and still have the breeze coming through and not get wet. It was really nice.
Right.
So
Right.
it doesn't do real well in the high wind, though.
Very little does. The winds out here can just pretty much be unbearable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for sharing your home with us. It's amazing. It's wonderful what you've done with so little money invested. It's really great. I hope you just love this so much, and maybe we'll be seeing you often.
Okay.
All right.
I hope so.
Folks, I hope you got something out of this video. I'm sure you're inspired with some great ideas that you can do yourself. If you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.